Okay, folks, I'm just so excited that we've reached this point in the show. I mean, every time I look at the episode count about where we are in Micron Legend, I get, like, re-impressed with both myself and with all of you for sticking around for this long before we can actually get to the good part of Armada. And, like, we've reached that point, and now we're gonna get in the Starscream's arc, and we're reaching episode 33, and it's like, Okay, so this is a super important episode, again, because it properly kicks off Starscream's arc. We got a hint of it way back in episode 23, 10 episodes ago. This is kind of a long show. Well, not in terms of, like, in the huge scope of anime, there are shows that are way, 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 way longer. But, there are also shows that are way shorter. So, yeah, you have to kind of slog through a lot. Anyway, 10 episodes ago, episode 23, Ready for Rebellion, we got the first inklings of Starscream's arc when we saw his discontent with the Destrons and the, like, shitty way Megatron has tended to treat him. Well, that reaches its climax in both this episode and the next. But I don't want to spoil that for the very few of you who are watching the show who have never seen Armada before. Which is probably, like, maybe 2 of you. Or maybe less, like, I don't know. I don't know what the breakdown of my viewers are. Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for watching the show with me for this long, and we're past the halfway point, so hopefully we'll be able to stick it out to the end. We've gotten through the stuff that's the hardest to be excited about. And, but we got past that, because we're tough and cool. I'm just so excited. This is the thing I remember most vividly about my Japanese classes, is just how to read hiragana. And even that I find is slipping. I still have the workbook. I need to take a refresher course. Anyway, we have ominous talking with bright colored lights. This is very stagey. This right here with the different lights coming on when they talk. What drives one of my film professors nuts at the film school I go to is when people say that a film is like a play, because it's like, it seems very theatrical, or it seems like a play. It drives him nuts, because he's like, a film is not a play, it has they have nothing to do with each other. But it's a comment that keeps coming up when people, like, analyze stuff, and it seems kind of prevalent here, like, the speakers come on in time with spotlights. But of course, what makes a play different from a film, or a TV show in this case, is that you could get different cuts and different angles. You can't do that in a play. In a play, where you're sitting is what you see forever. I, Thrush, shall put my life on the line. Thrush doesn't put jack shit on the line that impacts himself. He's just blowing it out his ass like he always does. Fucker. His stupid penis-shaped head. On this day, the Cybertrons received a grim reminder. Actually. Them all just standing around in the trees in clear sight. And what the fuck is Devastator sitting on there? They said, hey, come out and battle with us. BYOC, of course. Which explains what Devastator is sitting on. They invite us here and then they don't show? Rude. Well, that was the last Autobot versus Destron battle. Hot Rod and the kids both saw some action since then, but that's not important. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Both. So, Grap is on babysitting duty while the Microns hide out from actually having to fight. You know we're far more powerful than you. We can reduce a mountain to dust. Grap is the best choice to protect the Microns? Or is it Grap is the best choice to stay at home? Grap is the oldest member of the team, as if you couldn't tell from the way he talks. Because I can't. Have you found my hearing aid, Purple Monkey Dishwasher? The best choice to protect the Microns, ladies and gentlemen. But I think they're lying. So they're trying to Sword of Damocles the Destrons. Because a weapon on the wall is more powerful than a weapon in the hand. It's also the same principle behind nuclear deterrency. We'll see how that goes! Okay. I hope Microns are prepared for a full day of Grap offering them Rolos. Would you like a Rolos, young man? Oh, put down your weapons, it's only Starscream. Maid! Maybe that's why people ship Jetfire and Starscream, because Jetfire just called Starscream a maid. I don't get it. They handed it to me, that's how I got it! Kind of an obvious question now that I think about it. Watashi wa koko da! Kono Starscream da! Starscream-kun? Okay, the honorific kun is attached to guys that you know that are like friends. You could also call it to a guy who's younger than you. So the fact that he called him kun is like really cutesy and like overly familiar. So basically Jetfire's teasing him. They're all teasing him! Oh my god, this is terrific! God damn it. He's gonna start a mass fire, and then, like, the National Guard is gonna get in here. Hang on a second. Sorry, there's a dog thing. She's needy. Yeah, if they don't use it at this point, the Destrons are gonna start thinking they don't have it. Guys, I'm out of fusion jokes. I can only repeat the ones I've already made. Synchronize. See, it's like Hollow now. God damn it, why does every single Transformers show I've been watching have combinations? They used to be something that only showed up super rarely. And now everybody's combining left and right like it ain't no thing. You whippersnappers are way too loose with each other. What? But they're combining? I want to combine! Why do they get to do stuff? They aren't. Yeah, Destrons aren't this dumb. Eventually they're gonna realize you don't have it. He was already doing that. I don't think he needs to be told to cause havoc. Did you not see the massive fire that he caused for no reason? Okay, he did have a reason, but... Wait, cause as much havoc as you can, then put out the fire that he started. Serval keeps running and doesn't stop until he reaches the border. Oh, wow! You shut up! No! You shut up! We're a military group that's been alive for millions of years. They immediately latch onto that grab hazard. Looking through Team Rocket binoculars. Kinda busy. Binoculars. That's what we're trying to tell you. Get lost. Well, he's probably miffed that you put out the fire. What else do you think keeping him distracted means? I thought you meant him to face him. So, was he supposed to play like the follow the birdie game with him? You could have told him that. I mean, I guess the idea is that Starscream is overstepping what the Destrons want him to do, but that so was not conveyed in the dialogue. I had it first! I don't get why you're all being so mean to me. Have Have you noticed that on top of everything else it's raining? That's a bad sign. What about you were out on camping on that, near that river, and you nearly got flooded and trapped beneath a landfill? What about that rain, Carlos? You amnesiac bastard. He's so polite. That thrust. Let's give him a hand, folks. Jim does his impression of someone watching the first 10 episodes of the show. Jim, this is no time for a selfie. I'm not doing this. So the camera's just... How are they even getting these camera angles? Yeah, I agree. This isn't a thing that... Oh, it's double face. You're using your reality manipulation to mess with our camera? That's like using the... That's like using Discord's ungodly chaotic powers to get yourself a cupcake when they're sold out. I mean, it's something you could do, but there's so much more you could be doing. For the Microns? It's a bit late in his career to be asking him this question, Convoy. I did it 10 episodes ago. You weren't there, but I did it. You haven't become shit. We've established that you were... Yeah, exactly! That mantis eating the snail is probably symbolic of something. Maybe it's symbolic of that the animators are big Uzumaki fans. Oh, now you're all convinced of who you should be because you got the Star Saber. It's like, why do I fight? I don't get the reason why. Oh my god, this weapon is so awesome! You sure are gung-ho about Doubleface's giant demonic visage appearing in front of you out of the Nether Zone. Then again, that's not the weirdest thing he's ever seen Doubleface do. Haha, go! They cut that reference in the English version because white people don't know what Go is. It's a game with little black and white round pieces. I don't know the rules. But basically, the title of the episode, Sacrificial Scapegoat, is a reference to a play in Go, where you would sacrifice one piece so you could get farther, sort of like chess, I guess. You do the same thing. If this chess gets killed, that gets me closer. If this piece gets killed, that gets me closer to checkmate. Same basic concept. I like how he calls them out by name. We've been over this. Not Grid either? I like how he just keeps going without the Microns. They left your ass. Imasen. Did you really mistake me for Sandstorm? I'm offended now. Without telling him the plan, they just left to go get the Astro Blaster. Dicks! Cookie's doing her impression of Starscream right now. The whining. Wow. Wow, okay. So, like in the title, they sacrifice Starscream, thinking that it's okay for him to get killed as long as the Autobots stay here so they can get the Astro Blaster. Oh my god, they won't even warp him back. They totally ditched him. Oh my god, that's even cooler than in the English version. Yeah, they established next episode in the English version that Starscream couldn't warp back, but we didn't see him trying desperately to warp back and not being able to in this version. How come all of us robots know the rules to go? That's weird. We don't know what bro-hoofing is, but we know what go is. So yeah, Cybertron's warped back too. Now Starscream's here by himself. Wow. Yep. That's what makes him realize, what the fuck am I doing here? What are any of us doing here? The Meaning of Life by Guts. Wow, what did the kids go through off screen? They're hiding in the vent. And look at this place. It looks completely unswept. Magic camera snoping, I guess. Wasn't Grap supposed to protect the Microns? And now they all have to protect Grap. Grap is the best choice for the— No. Seems like a lot of you guys weren't doing anything in the battlefield. Surely you could have warped someone back sooner to help out Grap. He's got the Astro Blaster. You guys really were not prepared for this at all. Yeah, the Spanish horde is banging down the door, and even now you're trying to convince them that everything's going to be okay. I do have to compliment your bedside manner. No. These are the ones that form Bumble. Totally. You'll have to keep looking. You're not buying it, are you? Are you? Okay. Oh my god, a crane! No one said anything about a crane! We're helpless! Which is why I'm the only one here. Oh. We sure didn't rescue the guy that we left all by himself with the super powerful weapon. Oh, I get it. We didn't see Ratchet do a darn thing to try and protect them, so all he did was press a few buttons on the keyboard. That's all we saw him do. There's not enough space in here for us to combine. And again, we didn't see that. Are you like allergic to showing us things, show? You're a show! Show us things! Stop calling me a kid! I've been toilet trained! Which is why the 3-minute cons that formed the Star Saber shut off when they didn't like Starscream's behavior. Hey, wait. Maybe you're full of shit, Megatron. Maybe. Take some Metamucil. I guess we're just gonna stand around and let this happen. Da 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 da! Wait, I thought your crane thingy got cut off. How are you still using it? Maybe we should help him? If we'd helped him, maybe then this wouldn't have happened. Kiss this bitch. The weapon that slew Solus Prime. Here it is, being used on Grap. Oh. They're screaming at this point in the English version. The fact that there isn't screaming here in Japanese actually makes it scarier. Wow! I killed a guy with a gun! Why don't all our guns do this? Hang on. I got an invincibility star. That's why I'm lighting up like this. I'm totally gonna convince myself that. Dude, you're melting. I know I can get Zero! I know I can still get him! Oh dear. Yeah, yeah, the Deceptrons are so disturbed by the health melted almost corpse lunging toward them that they decide to leave. Yeah, let's just go. That's Oh my god. I gotta say this about Micron Legend. When them heroes lose, they lose hard. I mean, we're not quite at prime levels of utter defeat, but we're getting there. Yeah, we saw that. Also, it's feeling quite breezy in my torso. He's fine, by the way. I mean, he's not fine, but he's not dead. They repair him next episode, so all of this giving him a solemn salute as he lays there quietly. Trying to have their cake and eat it too. Have this solemn, sad movement without actually losing a character. It's kind of cheap, but if you're a little kid seeing this on TV, you don't know that Grap is fine, so it will give you nightmares for no reason. I've heard stories of people who went to bed in chills because of this scene. Yeah, so, the Cybertrons have lost before, but this is the first thing the kids saw firsthand, and they are not done being traumatized by a long shot. But anyway, you can see why I was so excited for this episode. Not just because it kicks off Starscream's arc, but we had the first really serious critical injury in this series. Yeah, Hot Rod lost to the Star Saber like several episodes ago on the moon, and that was bad. But it wasn't the same level as this. And I do like what this episode does, where it compares the Cybertrons leaving Grap alone with their big weapon, with the Deathtrons leaving Starscream alone with theirs. In the Cybertron's case, they were trying to get Grap to protect something that was precious. They were basically trying to uphold their ideals, as Devastator said, by forcing these guys to fight, even though they could clearly win. And when they realize that Grap is alone with a threat, they all rush back to save him, but sadly right too late. In the Deathtrons case, they basically peg both Starscream and the Star Saber as throwaway items that can be sacrificed so they can get something more powerful, and they'll realize later why that was a mistake. They don't just need the Astro Blaster, they need all three of the miniature weapons that we've been introduced to. So then that trade was one that isn't actually strategically sound. But the fact that they were used Starscream that way and were totally willing to accept both a soldier and a powerful weapon, which is itself made of three individuals, as collateral damage, it just contrasts the different way the Cybertrons and the Deathtrons see each other. So yeah, there's a lot happening in this episode, and it's pretty smart. But next episode is pretty cool too. And once again, Rad is just spoiling the whole episode because Rad doesn't know much about storytelling. I mean, I get this is a thing in Japanese media that they have the next time on, but a lot of the next episode just show a few clips from the next episode, and they don't have a narrator completely summarize the next episode like an idiot. Supoku. Oh, Spark. Cool. So, next episode, Spark. Spark of a Generation. Whatever it's called. This is Dragon Keeper 96600, signing off.